Welcome on this video where we are going to talk about how you can manage your clients and your projects. So we have already talked about the benefits of a freelancer, why it's appealing and very, very recommended to be a freelancer. And if you have decided to say, yes, I am going to do it, the next thing to do is to identify the skills, right? We already talked about that. You have chosen the skill that you would like to sell as your service to your clients. Remember that you are an independent contractor and you are not an employee. And after you have chosen that skill, you have downloaded the list of the VA tasks and other tasks that you can do. So you circle or probably put highlight on what you have decided so far to pursue. Now that you know that there are also ways in order for you to find clients, like in marketplaces, or you can do it on your own, and you know already that you can um, be protected with the marketplaces and what you can do if you are going to do it on your own, like create your own website and how you can market yourself. Now, let's assume that you already have your first client. Yay! Congratulations, you made it this far. All right, so the next question is, once you have already have a first client, so they accepted you and you want to work together, they accepted your bid, your proposal, what do you want to do next, right? What do you do next? So that can be a scary thing and also very, very happy, right? What would you feel if you have your first client ever? And how many of you sa ating mga freelancers, how many of you have not forgotten the first client, the very first one who have entrusted a very big project, or probably small, but someone who have trusted them for the first time? Exciting, right? Okay, now that you have already landed your first clients, how do you manage them? This is going to be talking about that. So if you have a client that is platform based, for example Upwork or Fiverr, they provide actually a way for you to communicate to the client. So excuse me. So for example, in this one, it's a Fiverr client that I have. Actually, I am the client and this is a freelancer. So we talk on the platform. Okay, so you will have a space in the marketplace where you can provide screenshots, you can provide the timeline and anything and everything that you wanted to talk to about the client, the approval, the revisions, the back and forth of communication. So there's an inbox there. It's very important to keep all your communications in the platform. Okay, I'm telling you this in advance now. Do not send them your personal email addresses, your Viber, your WhatsApp. The marketplaces don't like that. Okay, kasi you can be kicked out of the marketplace. You can be banned for good if you do that. That's actually grounds for termination. The reason being is that, syempre, they are also afraid that freelancers would poach their clients, right? So it's like pirating it at some sort. So what the marketplaces would want is for you to stay in the platform, just do everything there, transact, and so that they can review your communication, especially if there's a dispute, like you have a misconnect with the client, and the marketplaces would intervene. They can read the communication that you have, like, oh, this is what happened, oh, this is not aligned, they didn't understand on this point or something like that. Okay, so just to put it out there, don't communicate outside. Now, if you are not using any of these platforms and you are doing it on your own, there are ways naman that you can communicate to your clients. There are platforms and apps that you can use, such as WhatsApp or Viber or Skype, to communicate directly. It's important to keep all the records of your communication for better clarification and for screenshot, right? Like, you said this, I said this. Okay, so like proof na if ever that you will not have um, a clarity on something and there's a confusion, you can always refer back to your old communications. Never delete anything until the client is or the project has been done, or probably don't delete at all for record purposes. Okay. Next, one of the advantages of working in the platform is the security of the payment, especially if you are working with a new client. All right. This is to ensure that you will get paid. Well, I'm not saying that you should stick 100% na lang dun sa mga platforms or marketplaces, but this is a good way. I'm just showing you the advantage of being in the platform where you can have a security in terms of the payment, removing the risk that the client will walk away from you or you walking away from the client. Okay, we are going to talk about some of that in getting paid module. Next, the two things that you must remember in communicating with the clients is that number one, you have to be over communicative. Over communication is better, and be proactive. Kesa naman sa hindi ka nakikipag-communicate and the clients are looking for you. Okay? Remember that you are virtual. The clients don't see you, you don't see them. You need to intentionally communicate what you are doing and update them all the time. You don't need to wait for them to ask you like, "Hey, CJ, what's going on?" or "Can you give me an update?" Don't don't do that, okay? Don't wait for them to send you those updates. You have to proactively do that if you want to have positive feedback and repeat clients, okay? So imagine if the client doesn't know what's the progress of your task. Like, are you done? What's going on? If you are on that side of the communication, like what's happening, diba? Best if you are proactive and you would give them an update like, "Hi, client, I'm already done with the phase one. Would you like me to send the design for your approval?" Like that. So the clients always appreciate that. Okay, so how to handle your projects and your clients? Of course, like I said, over communicate, be proactive, give their feedback on what you're working on. Always provide that with them. Give them an update before you finish your day, like, "Hey, I'm done with my task," and blah blah blah. Okay, reply to their questions very quickly and don't wait, don't keep them waiting for more than 24 hours because, like I said, these are all virtual. They might feel that they're in the dark if you don't answer to their questions very promptly. Now, there are so many different apps that you can use to organize your thoughts and stay organized in general. Some of the tools that I can recommend that I personally have tried are, of course, number one, Google Calendar. The traditional pen and paper, I always have that still. You can have a digital notepad in case you are outside and you need to jot down things that you suddenly remember. You can also try to check on Asana, Trello, and Todoist. These are I do have this in my iPhone Todoist, but in case that you forgot something, you can write down, or like the notepad in your phone. You can check Google Apps and App Store for many tools that you can use at your disposal. On platforms, at the end of the project, you will be rated by your clients whether you did an outstanding job or not. And the key is to make sure that you get 5-star feedback aside from the communication is to deliver on time or deliver early all your assignments and your tasks. Okay, so what's gonna happen is that you will rate them and they will rate you as well. They will rate you as a freelancer, and then you will rate the clients as well, whether they're good clients, do they communicate with you, are they rude clients, madali ba silang kausap, and all that. So both of you will rate each other. Okay, but you on the freelancer side of things, you have to over deliver to make sure that your clients are always happy as well. If you have multiple clients, let's say for example, the best way to stay organized is to really get the tools to keep you sane. Okay, para hindi ka mabaliw sa dami ng tasks. Many tools are with free trial, so it comes with free trial. Choose the one that suits your personality. Like I mentioned before, you can try Asana, Trello, Monday.com. I personally like Teamwork. Trello is good. Actually, all these things naman are good. Yung teamwork, even if you are doing things alone in the beginning, this actually makes my life easy as well. So aside from notepads and Google Calendar for my deadlines. Okay, so just Google project management tools, you study them, look at their YouTube tutorials if they do have, or like reviews for them, or you can definitely use their free trial. That's the best way to manipulate and experiment on these tools, and decide which one you're going to use that's based on your personality, that's easy for you to work with, or something like that. Okay, so just choose max of two. Number one, project management, and another one is a brain dump notepad or to-do list for everything. Okay, so that's the end of this video, and I will see you on the next one.